Romance in anime freaking sucks. Okay, chill, I'm sorry. But don't get the wrong idea, okay? I'm not here to bash on the genre itself. I really enjoy watching it just like you, probably even more. As the certified traitor that I am, I don't exactly have a girlfriend, so at least let me enjoy watching somebody else get the girl, you know? Kiss her and... Okay, too much? Actually.
Yeah, boy.
But that's the exact reason why I want to talk about it. The romance genre is done extremely dirty to the point where I can't get excited anymore when I see a new romance anime get released, because I just know that it most likely won't be good. Kinda like Isekai, not to the same extent but still. Now what is the problem with romance in anime? Well, there are two really important things in my opinion for it to be good. It needs to have likable characters and a progressive story. The first problem are the characters, not the biggest one, but still a problem. Most characters in anime are extremely blunt and generic and look like they were created in an RPG character creator where the only thing you can change is the hair and eyes. They have no character nor personality. At best they will have taken a generic character trait from some other show and then changed it slightly. The problem comes when I see the exact same character in 20 different shows. If I can predict her entire personality, likes, dislikes and backstory with 2 glances, that's a problem. On top of that, because they have no distinct personality whatsoever, most of the time they cannot have even a meaningful conversation and they start talking like NPCs from Oblivion.
Time to waste. Follow me.
A perfect example is the angel next door spouse me rotten. And before the fans try and murder me, I just want to say that I am enjoying the show, but with that out of the way, I fucking hate the characters. Oh my god. They tick every single box. You have the main girl who is perfect at everything, she is extremely smart, she is the best in sports, she is smoking hot, every single person wants her, check. You have everyone in the school who is obsessing with her to the point where even if she breathes, every single person in 1 kilometer radius will turn towards her and stare at her menacingly. Holy shit, that's creepy as fuck. And every time she does something, every single person will point out how perfect she is and how inhuman she is. And as a side note, do most boys care about stuff like that? I have never heard anyone say, oh my god, I want my girl to be so good at tennis, oh my god. I mean, most of the time when I ask somebody, the reply is just, bro, if she's fuckable, she's good. And of course this was a joke, please don't kill me. And their conversations, oh. Wait a minute, am I in a simulation? Now the bigger problem, and the one that will almost without fail ruin my enjoyment of a romance anime, is the stupid plot that goes nowhere almost every single time I watch something, get someone invested, and then the anime will just end with barely any progression between the 2 main characters. Will they get together? Which girl would he choose? Obviously this one. Just tell me, please! Please! And then you go read the manga and it's the same bullshit over and over again until they finally get together in chapter 200. Where is the author? Where is he? There always will be this first episode to hook you with its premise, and then there will be like 5 or 6 filler episodes that accomplish absolutely nothing. And then there will be this one episode where they'll do it, he'll say it, yes, no, and then fireworks gonna spoil the fun and then nothing will happen. I'm so tired of scenes like this. Okay, I really like this girl. Even though she sent me to the hospital multiple times, broke my ribs, and I had to undergo surgery to replace my brain because I think I got brain damage. But I have to tell her I like her, I just have to. Akane, I love you. What did you say? I didn't hear. I said I like. Holy shit, is she okay? No, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter because, listen, I love... Oh, come on, what is it now? Attention. An airstrike is incoming. Please go to the nearest shelter immediately.
What the?
So, what were you saying? I said I love the view. Okay. Okay, but why is it happening? Why? That's literally the only word in the thumbnail. Well, there are two reasons why, but I think that the main one is the corporations, baby! It's always these damn corporations. Now you might not know this, but the actual reason why in Cyberpunk you want to destroy the corpus is because you realize that even in 2077 they still haven't started production of No Game No Life Season 2. But what do I mean by that? Well, for you to truly understand why everything that is happening, we must look further into the manga and even light novel world, because the problem is actually no three mediums. Let me explain. In the manga world there are two important figures, the mangaka aka the guy making the manga, and his publishers whose job is to, well, publish the manga and also make as much money from it as possible. Now what do you think happens when a manga gets really popular? You think that they live in a dreamland, they make so much money? No! Well, yeah, they make money, but the manga has to continue the series at all costs and never to end it, because if it ends, then the money will stop coming, which is not only a problem for the manga, but also the publisher. So the creator will have pressure to prolong the series not only from his brain, but also the publisher who will lock him in his sex dungeon if he ever thinks of ending the series. This is not that big of a problem for a shonen manga. I mean, the manga will just put a fight scene here, a new arc there, and everyone is happy. But it is a huge problem for romance manga, because how the fuck do you prolong romance? You can't add fight scenes, so what most people choose to do is just never let the characters actually get together and tease the readers with pointless fillers, so you get stuff like the beach episode and the school festival, and who remember the Valentine episode? And now the reason for this is actually the second reason why a lot of the romance anime has so much problems, and that's because most authors aren't good. I mean, what did you expect when every second anime is titled "That time I got reincarnated in another world with my SSSS rank destruction skills, so I roamed the dungeons and found 9,000-year-old Wally"? So when most authors were presented with the challenge of not being able to end the manga without hitting at least 200 chapters, they just think of prolonging the series because they already hooked you with somewhat interesting premise and the promise that the main cast will get together eventually. If they make the characters actually get together, do you know what will happen? Then they'll have to start thinking of new ways to hook the readers and think of new premises and think outside the box? Ew, this is too much work. No. So they take the easy way out. But if it was just that, yes, it would have been a problem, but at least they'll get together eventually, you just have to wait 3 years for that. But it's not just that, because we are talking about anime here, not manga. And anime is extremely short. Probably most of you already know this, but most anime is not created because they want to create an interesting story and show. I know, a shocker. But because they want to promote the source material. So they don't get a huge budget. And even after paying their animators with cup noodles, they can still only afford 4 hours of animation, which is roughly the length of like 5 TV series episodes, that can adapt only the first 30 chapters of a 200 chapter manga, whose first 60 chapters are just there to introduce new characters because, as I already mentioned, it is filled with useless filler. So even if you get a second season, it will only adapt to chapter 60, so it will still end nowhere and with no payoff whatsoever. But is there a way to write a good story even with these limitations? And there absolutely is a way, you just have to look at the actually good animes for that. Now I want to turn your attention to Horimiya, an anime where the characters actually have problems and deal with them like actual humans and not just some stupid NPCs? No way. And get this, when they have a problem or a misunderstanding, they don't spend 3 episodes wondering if the guy is seeing another girl or whatever. The woman just pulls her goddamn phone out, talks, and resolves the issue in like 3 or 4 minutes. Just like every single normal human being here. And that's because the author doesn't feel like he needs to prolong the story to keep it interesting. Because there's so many different interesting characters that he doesn't need to use useless filler to keep me busy. And it's fairly long too. I mean, not 200 chapters, but it has 125 chapters. And another excellent example is Kaguya-sama Love is War, that just like most generic animes doesn't really rush for the main characters to get together, but the author has created so many different side characters that get almost as much screen time as the main boy and girl, and they're as interesting if not more each with their interesting and emotional backstories, and because they're side characters he doesn't have a problem to make them fall in love, And every time when you get slightly bored of something, bam! New characters, new plotlines, new love. You even forget about the main characters at times. It is absolutely genius, but also extremely hard to pull off, and I just want to say that it has 221 chapters. See ya!
Why is your